Well, good evening. Happy Homebrew Wednesday. Hope you're all well. I'm not really got a major amount of things to talk about tonight, but it's going to be another tale of two beers, and the two beers I'm going to be tasting tonight. I've got quite a generic 5am Saint, but I've also got Rusty Homebrew's 5am Saint from. Oh, I think it is 5am Saint that he sent me last week. He wants me to. He said, "Go taste." And I'll quite happily taste his beer. He's got some worries about his water that's coming out of his tap, so I'll see if we can detect anything in there. Hopefully, I'm quite, from what I've seen so far, hopefully it's going to be fine. But we'll have a taste and see if we can taste anything. I'll put my hands up and say I'm not a BJCP good judge. I have been drinking beer for quite a few years and I know good and bad beer, but I think that goes the same for most of us really. But anyway, if I do notice anything there, I will definitely say what it is, and if it's beer and it tastes nice and it's drinkable, I'll say that too. Right, I haven't got two identical glasses, but I've got my my beer glass and my tankard from the Eleanor Green in Bristol. They had a beer festival a few years ago. So I'll splash those in there to get a bottle opener out. Oh, got my pocket. And crack them open. And if I think of something as we're doing this, I'll say so. So 5am Saint, not going to say much about that. I don't know what it tastes like. Pretty highly generic, but let's have a look so you can see the colour of it. It's a bit of a red ale. They say it's this is American amber really, but that gives you a good feel for what it is. So a quick sniff. Yeah, so it's a bit dry hot. I don't think there's anything like mosaic in there, but that's the only American hop I can taste. But yeah, it's definitely got lots of dry hops in there. And just to say, I mean, I've got a terrible sense of smell, but so I can only generally smell the APAs and American stuff. But there we are, that's good. Right, Rusty, let's get to Rusty's beer anyway. It feels like it's bottle carbonated. I mean, I do send a lot of bottles out in these pet bottles, and they don't come out very well carbonated. What I normally do, I bottle them straight out of my kegs, and the kegs are set about 1.5 to 2 psi, and I have started ramping up the psi a bit before I do some bottling, just to make sure that when it does go in the bottle, we do actually get that bit of carbonation. I think there would be, even though the carbonation is low, I think there might be teeny bits of residual fermentation going on again, because obviously it's a live beer in the bottles. So I know that Rusty hasn't got kegs just yet, so this is in bottle conditioned, and it feels quite hard. Hopefully, let's see how much gas we get in there. Okay, so we've got a good hiss. Looking at the bottle, I can see some particles on the side there. I can see from here the colour looks good. So let's pop it in the glass. What I'll do, I'll quickly wet my glass to stop any fizzing. Because what happens if your glass is dry, if you've got any carbonation in the bottle, any higher carbonation in the bottle, it'll actually all the bubbles actually form on the high points on the glass. So when you wet it, it stops from doing that. Okay, so I can see the colour's good. It's got just a little bit of sediment in there. I'm suspecting this is not all hop debris, but I think there's a bit of yeast floating around there still. So smell. Smell is exactly the same. but I can smell hops on that. My smell is just slowly dissipating. Okay, you can see clarity is slightly off. Now I'm not very anal about clarity at all. I mean, that's not what makes beers. I mean, what makes beers is obviously everything else beyond that. Whether or not it's what can I say? It's not. I mean, if you're making beer, it's not a sign of a bad beer. But I'm thinking that yeah, this could have settled a bit. But then again, I just had it in my fridge with not been chilly for the last 2 days. Just come out of the fridge. Anyway, so a taste. That's nothing special actually. This is the 5 o'clock 5 a.m. 5 a.m. Saint, and it's hoppy, but it just tastes like a pretty generic beer. Alright, so I'll taste this. It's a bit cleaner. No, it's not a bit cleaner. It's got a teeny weeny bit more body there, and there's a bit more caramel as well. So no, I think so you can see the head, carbonation wise, I'd say that's more or less exactly the same. The bubble intensity, I mean the way the top looks is fine. Colour, apart from obviously it being a bit hazy, is about right. There's a pity it couldn't be a bit clearer. Oh, I love that nice kind of amber colour. Hopping's good. It's about but I think the hops are pinging a bit more in this, or the hop bitterness is pinging. It's more cleaner. Where this one here, I think it's different, but it's not drinkable. It's good. Anyway, let's talk about what else has been going on. I've got my brew day from the weekend. It's coming up very soon. It's me making a 99% gravity, or 10.99% gravity barley wine. It was a good day. It went really well, nice and easy, pretty quick. I started about maybe at 10:30 in the morning and finished about 2:30. No hiccups, no blockages or anything. I've lost my airing rod, so I had to just drop the water from a high level to aerate it as I was pumping it out. I did a starter with my 1099 yeast, well, W White, I think it's the White Labs 099 yeast. That seems to have kicked off out there and is bubbling away. It's going to take a while though to get through that. I've got a homebrewers meetup next Monday. We've got a contingent of people coming from the south, a place in the southeast of Ireland. Hopefully they're all coming on Saturday, no, Friday, and they're staying over Sunday. I think they're coming on Sunday. They may even be staying here for the weekend, and they're going for a brewery trip on Friday, Monday day, and they go to a homebrewers meetup on the evening. I think they will be very jolly by then, but maybe they will not quite drink as much, but it's a little holiday they're having. In the pipeline, I'm still thinking about making maybe an American IPA or rye beer. I've got to get it in by the end of this month, 30 days time, which could be tight. I'll think about it in the next few days, and if I do decide to go ahead, I will. What else? Let's go to the toilet. Rusty, I can tell you now, this beer is fine. You obviously got to look at your clarity a bit more, maybe. Dry hopping is excellent. I mean, I had a hell of a lot of problems getting dry hopping down to a T when I first started doing it. Bitter in's bang on. There's no faults. I think the only thing there is maybe the clarity, but if you close your eyes, you won't notice the difference, will you? And as far as water treatment, I don't think there's nothing to worry about. I can't taste anything strange in here. My water's coming out of lead pipes out of a Victorian house, so it's not ever going to be. But I don't think that's such a big issue. I'm digressing again. Anyway, so I've got that. Got the competition thing I might be doing. Yeah, I think. I mean, I don't know how other people get on with this, but I've got quite a lot of followers in the Muggle world of non-home brewer people, and I had a funny comment from one of my neighbours. I gave him some of my beer I made a few weeks ago, and I think I actually only get to it last week. The one with Challenger, and it's just an normal red beer. I've been talking about it last week, and on Monday he gives me a bit of feedback, and he's quite grateful as people are, like, you know. But he says, yeah, that doesn't taste a bit like homebrew, Darren. That's really good beer. It doesn't. I was expecting to have some sort of homebrew taste to it, and yeah. I don't know. Maybe I feel as if I get a little bit wary of that. But on the other hand, I think sometimes people who aren't obsessed about it as much as home brewers, like, you know, yeah. I think what you need to do is just really enjoy the feedback you get from people who. Your family and friends and your neighbours and things, and even appreciate it even more when your peers tell you that your beer's good. And yeah, so there we are. Okay, I'm going to wind up. Hopefully I'm not too boring. I'm not being too boring tonight. Cheers, Rusty. Keep on brewing, mate. This is definitely a very good beer. Don't worry about it. And I mean, I think it's even better. This tastes a bit bland. Yeah, I prefer that one. Have a good week. Like, subscribe, leave a comment, and I'll see you all soon. Right, look after yourself. Have a good week. Bye.